Hey, I'm Thomas Burr, Washington correspondent for the Salt Lake Tribune, joined today by Lieutenant Governor Spencer Cox here in Akron, but we're headed soon to Cleveland for the Republican National Convention. And I just wanted to talk to you for a second. You kind of hesitated on coming to this, actually.
Yeah, I did for several reasons. As most people know, I haven't been real high on the Republican nominee. Wasn't sure exactly what was going to happen here in Cleveland. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized, look, I was elected as a delegate. That's important. I have a duty to fulfill, and regardless of my personal feelings, we need to be here. You don't change things by staying home, and so I get the opportunity to come out, be with our Utah delegation, and spend some time here. Although we're just in Akron, it feels like we're in Kentucky. I don't think the party could have put us further away from Cleveland than we are right now.
Well, that's okay. We can still get there, hopefully. Maybe there's a reason we're not so close, and that could be, you saw this morning, a pretty divided delegation when Senator Lee said, for example, he was going to vote against the rules package today.
Correct. Yeah.
Loud applause from the delegation.
Yeah, very loud applause, and this has been well documented by you and others really across the country that Utah, very red state, is standing out in a way, kind of standing up for what we believe in, and a nominee that doesn't represent maybe what most people in Utah believe, and Senator Lee's leading that fight.
So you're here, you're hopeful, at least you can have some kind of unity at the end. May not be that everyone is very excited about the nominee because of the values part, but they can be excited about the party. Is that your hope for the end?
Well, I'm hoping that this is the beginning of whatever the future of the party is going to be. There's a lot of us that feel, a lot of people saying, how did we get here? I mean, we talk about the will of the people. I mean, 13 million people have voted for Donald Trump. 13 million in a country of over 300 million people is a very, very small fraction. And so I really see this as an opportunity to start talking about what the future of the party is going to be, how we're going to relate with millennials, the largest potential voting bloc that we've seen since the baby boomers. How are we going to relate with Hispanics? How are we going to relate with minorities? How are we going to have those conversations that bring more people to the party instead of driving them away? And if it takes this presidency to get us to those conversations, then that's at least a small positive we can take away.
Do you think by the end of the week, it's Monday, by Thursday, do you think you're going to find yourself more firmly in the, okay, I can support Trump camp?
I find that highly unlikely.
You don't think he can change? Is that the
I
point?
don't. He hasn't shown he's capable of change. I don't expect him to. I mean, he is who he is, and I think that's one of the things that I think there is a lesson that we should learn, and that is that people are tired of politicians just saying what they think we want to hear, and that we should be more genuine. I think I would like to see someone who's more genuine, that happens to be a nice person, that happens to be kind and works on uniting people instead of dividing us. That's the kind of person I'm looking for, but I think there is an important lesson we can take away from a Trump candidacy.
So it sounds like, and I'll make this my last question, but it sounds like in the end, people are not necessarily voting for Trump, they're voting against Hillary Clinton. So maybe instead of having Donald J. Trump as the nominee, you should just have not Clinton.
Well, I think that would be more effective, and let me be very clear on both sides, and the data, the recent polling shows that everybody hates both. Not everybody, but a majority of people are very unhappy with both nominees. People voting for Hillary are basically voting against Trump, and people voting for Trump are mostly voting against Hillary, and that's a really sad commentary on where we are as a country right now.
Right. Well, thank you, Spence, for joining us, and
Thank
we'll be
you.
back tomorrow with a few more delegates.